one of the best things I ever did as a young man was go completely ghost. When you go through this period, it has the chance to change which way your life's going, literally, and it certainly did for me. Truth is, there's no way around this period. Most guys don't do it, and that's why they don't get anywhere, and it's as simple as that. This is what I'm doing right now. Going ghost, I'm focusing on one thing. I'm going all in for it, and that's what it takes. And the reason why I'm doing it to such an extreme again is because it fucking works. All the guys that you watch online that you want to be like have done it or do it. All the athletes that you watch have done it. All of the business people that you watch have done it. It's the rite of passage, and you've got to get through it. And it doesn't have to be so bad. It can actually be quite good because you can completely change yourself forever doing this. Really, this 6 months here, this 6 months, 12 months, no matter what situation that you're in, you can get out of it. And you can really build something from zero if you do what I'm about to share in this video. So, the first thing that you want to do if you're going to go ghost, it's important to change your environment. Now, for me, I'm in Bangkok City, baby. Right, don't get much better than this. We're on the top floor. No, I'm only joking. Look, I'm staying here for a night while I'm stopping over in Bangkok. I wore a shirt last night and I just overlooked the city. And I just imagined, I'm imagining. I've got to visualise it. I've got to visualise what I want, right? So I'm just really smart. I'm just looking over the city. I'm in a 5-star suite right now. I don't always stay in 5-star suites. Not at all. A few days ago, we were doing a bike trip, right? I've stayed on a fucking bed that was pretty much made out of wood. Like, it had zero bounce. It was like the worst bed you could ever find. I paid a $5 for it. Now I'm in a 5-star suite. I stay at all types of places. The reason why I'm staying here is because I'm visualising and thinking about my next move. If I dress smart and I'm in a good environment, I can think better. Environment's everything. Sometimes, though, your only options for changing your environment are, rather than spending time in the pub, rather than spending time messing around, you're spending time working on one thing. So your environment might just change to loads of social stuff to just sitting on your own. The reason why you need to change your environment, because your environment should aid whatever you're trying to do. The reason why I've changed my environment is because, one, I'm wanting to get more serious about fitness, right? I'm wanting to get into Muay Thai. 2, I want to be around other entrepreneurs that work online. 3, my expenses are much lower here, so I've got more money for the business, right? So I'm changing my environment in order to give me a better probability of the thing that I'm trying to do working. The environment really is everything. And look, the thing is, if you're trying to make money on the internet and you're from a small town like I am, yeah? Nobody's going there that's making money online. They're all leaving. They're going to Dubai. They're going to Thailand. They're going to Bali. Right? That's where they're all going. So I can't wait for that environment to come to me because it never will. I've got to go put myself in that environment. So that's really important. I understand not everybody can just move country, right? I couldn't for a long time. But I still changed my environment. Still spent more time in gyms. I still spent more time isolated so I can focus on this one thing. So you have to look at changing your environment. It's the type of conversations as well, right? If you're trying to change the conversations that you're having, then you need to start spending some time with other entrepreneurs, right? You need to find them, or you need to work on yourself until they start appearing to you. So environment is very important. Now, the reason why you go through a period like this, and the reason why all the guys that you watch online do it, the reason why all the millionaires, have done it, the reason why all the athletes do it is because for you to focus on another entity, like a business, for example, or like a sport, you're taking away that focus of yourself. What does that look like? Well, you're taking away the time on your personal life, you're taking away the money out of your personal life, and you've got to swap those. You've got to swap those for a business, for example. Now, when you do that, you're making a sacrifice out of your personal life and you're putting it towards a business. But the goal of doing that for 6 months and focusing on it, you're trying to grow this separate entity, or you're trying to get highly focused and specified on one thing in the hopes of you're feeding it enough, you're watering it enough to where it grows properly, then you don't have to constantly water it. It's actually going to be producing fruit for you. And anyone who tells you that you can just get rich in 6 months and bullshit like this, fast ways to make 10k a month, it's bullshit. I mean, if you know one, comment down below. Please comment down below. But I've never ever experienced that. I've never heard about that. It just doesn't exist, and if it does exist, it doesn't last for long. You've got to understand that whatever you're trying to do, it's going to take a lock-in. It's going to take an extreme amount of focus and sacrifice on a certain period of time. And if you compare that, then you can reap the rewards. If you can't get your head around that, then you're fucked. You're fucked. So that's the reason why. The reason why is because it needs it. It needs your time, it needs your energy, it needs your focus. But if you give it for enough time, like 6 months, like 12 months, what you're doing is you're planting seeds, right? You're planting seeds every day. You're able to build something that can completely change the trajectory of your life, right? I mean, what is your life? Your life's just where you live, where you go to the gym, who you speak to, how much money you make, your experiences that you have. Well, a business can change all of that. So it can literally change the direction of your life. The other reason why you want to do it is recreate yourself, and this is conducive with changing your environment and starting a business. And what happens when you go somewhere else, especially you move a different type of country, you are making your character based on what you want it to be, not how people treat you, right? So let me explain. If you've known someone for 20 years, they're going to speak to you a certain type of way. I'm not saying disrespectfully, because that's how they know you. They see you in a certain way based on what you were like when you were younger and all this type of stuff, right? If you move to a different country and I say to myself now, all right, I'm a professional athlete, I'm a online business owner, then as long as your actions line up with that, you are that thing, and people will take you at face value for it. It's an opportunity to completely change your habits. You know, you can change your character, you can start changing your habits. You're in a different location, you're meeting different people, you're a completely different person, and that does something to you psychologically, right? It makes you really change and improve. And when you're in a new environment, you can also pick what you do, right? You can pick who you speak to, you can pick the places that you go, you can pick where you live, you can pick where you sign up, you can pick what is better than you in a custom way, right? And when you do focus on your habits and you change your character, you change your self-identity by changing your environment and spending a lot of time on your own and working on yourself. That's when you want to start focusing on good habits, right? If you notice to yourself that you've got social skills issues, which I had at one point, right? I started self-educating on that a lot until I actually made it one of my benefits, right? You can only do that while focusing on yourself. So if you've got some things about yourself, if you're out of shape or something like that, you want to use that time to get in shape, because you're trying to go through this energy shift and this character shift. And when you go do this, wonders happens. Because you go through this self-identity shift, you focus on your habits for a certain amount of time. If you do a certain amount of habits for 6 months, you are your habits, right? So if your habits change for 6 months, you change for 6 months. And if it's directed and focused at something and you've cut out the noise, even better. For you to focus on one thing as well. If you're talking to people and they're constantly arguing and you're watching the fucking Netflix every night and you've got some idiot shouting at you, your girlfriend wants you to go to Nando's every single Tuesday night and spend 50 quid, and then you're getting drunk on a weekend and you're hungover, and then your just energy and your focus is like this. The way I look at it is mental real estate, right? You only have so much mental real estate. Now, if you want to fill your mental real estate with low quality real estate, if you want to fill your portfolio with that, go ahead, right? But there's only so much you can think about. There's only so much you can take action on. And when you're in this constant wheel of life and there's so much going on, and 99% of it is not adding to your goals, then it's just going to hinder your performance, right? And this is why you need to lock in. This is why you need to go ghost. This is why you need to focus on yourself for a bit. And you got to be selfish about it, because it's only you that's going to put in the work, right? And the worst place that you want to be is 50% in, because you're going to feel like you're doing all the sacrifice, you're going to feel like you're doing all the work, but you're not going to get the result. So you have to be all in with it. You have to be selfish for a bit, but you don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't have to tell anyone what you're doing. Yeah? You don't owe it to anybody. You have to be selfish with it. I mean, people can say you're selfish, focusing on yourself. Of course they can, but I mean, I think it's selfish not focusing on yourself, right? I think it's selfish never going through a period of transformation that's going to ultimately benefit people around you. So it's how you look at it, right? But there's no way to get around this period. Spend 6 to 12 months focused on one thing. This is where people get so confused, like, oh, what's the best business model? I had a guy message me on Instagram and he goes, what's the fastest and easiest way to make money online with the less risk? And then he proceeded to tell me that he'd half tried multiple business models, and I just thought, how is your mind set up like that? Like, what have you well, you've never done anything and you still expect it to be fast and easy. And I just thought to myself, some people are just destined to always be a loser. That's the wrong mindset to go into it with. It's the absolute wrong mindset. The right mindset is like, right, everything works, but I need to put the work in. It takes effort, it takes focus. And I just need to focus on my dailies, focus on what I'm doing every single day, because that is the only thing that I can control. So look, if you're wanting to build a business, if you're wanting to start that YouTube channel, if you're wanting to get in shape, if you're wanting to be a pro motherfucking basketballer, but you have to go through the lock-in period, the monk mode. And if you haven't done one yet, I'd advise to do one.